Hey team, welcome to your reading for February the 5th to the 11th, 2024. As always, this is a general reading. It's for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if this finds you on any other time outside of that week, it's perfect for you, right? So just allow the messages to permeate you in whatever way they need to. Okay, so I've got a few cards that have already popped out while I've been infusing the collective energies in. So I'm going to start with these. We have from the Magical Fairies, Magical Messages from the Fairies, Affirmations. So this is an opportunity to remember how I Am Affirmations can really help us uplift our vibration. They can help us create new neural pathways. They can help us retrain our brains into a more positive way of thinking rather than, what might have been a negative pathway that has been formed throughout our entire life, and that's the path of least resistance that your thoughts always may go to. That might be your default. And so using I Am Affirmations to create a new pathway, a new neural pathway of positivity, of light, of love, especially for yourself, okay? Because I Am Affirmations are incredible for building up your self-worth, your self-love, reminding yourself to care for yourself, to be brave, to be bold. So, to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. Okay, so this is something that I encourage all of my clients to do, is to listen to I Am Affirmations, if I can even talk this today, while you're doing something else. So if you can put your headphones on while you're doing the dishes, or while you're cooking dinner, or while you're going for a beach walk, or while you're driving, or while you are exercising, whatever it is, while you're doing something else and you're listening to these I Am Affirmations, they go firmer into the subconscious if we are doing some other task that doesn't take much thinking. I know driving should take quite a bit of thinking, but sometimes, right, we're on autopilot, and when we are on autopilot doing something that we know how to do without really thinking, while we're listening to something, that goes into the subconscious and it creates a deeper pathway. Also, the regular commitment to doing this as a practice. Okay, daily practices have been coming up for people, and so can you use I Am Affirmations as a daily practice to retrain your brain to whatever it is that you now want to be, think, or take action on? Okay, so yeah, really powerful. I Am Affirmations. I am is the most powerful statement in the universe. So whatever you put after I am is, and so it is. That is what you are. Okay, so if I am dumb, and so it is. So then you will attract more things to you that will make you feel dumb. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so we can switch that to I am smart, I am clever, I am brave, whatever it may be that you need in your life right now. Okay, the second one that came out was from the Archangel Animal Oracle deck, the rabbit. Really cute card. So calling in Archangel Gabriel and recognize your significance. So I feel like this is about remembering that sometimes along our path, and this very much happens for me, we don't know, we're not quite sure if what we're doing is reaching the people, is having an impact, is, creating a difference in the world. And this is your message to remind you that what you are doing, purely just by being you, and whatever it is that you do in the world, is having an impact on those around you, on your loved ones, on the people that you see, even strangers that you meet. okay, that you are having an impact. So this is a reminder to remember your significance, to remember your role that you're playing right now at this particular time on earth as we shift into this new frequency, out of this old heavy energy that the world has been in for so long. And as we shift into this new earth energy, I want you to remember that your beingness on this planet is so worthy and so needed right now. And even if you're not getting those messages of validation or encouragement or, the words of affirmation that some of us need, some of us, that is our love language. So we like to know that we're doing a good job. And so I want you to know right here in this moment that you are perfect, whole and complete as you are right now on your journey, and to keep going and to keep being you as authentically as you can, because you are very much a part of this grand process. Okay, the next one that came out was from the Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray deck, Master Buddha. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So trusting our inner voice is about moving beyond the illusions of fear. Our world has programmed fear into us so deeply that it can take us quite a while to move out of that fear and to remember who we truly are, and to trust in our guidance, to trust in that inner voice, to trust in that inner guidance that's, guiding the way. So in this moment, remember that connection to yourself. And again, coming back to I Am Affirmations, our daily practices, your significance even, okay? So really, really coming back to that connection to Source, to Mother Earth, to your heart space, and trusting in the guidance, trusting in your intuition, however that might look. And there's another message that came through this afternoon around, trusting in the messages that come through other people. Okay, so when we are wanting some guidance or some clarity and we put a question out to the universe, can we allow that to come through other people? So whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a friend, even a work colleague, or even a stranger. So having the randomest conversation sometimes is the universe bringing you the gift, bringing you that message that had to come through. And when you have those conversations and it's like time stops, and whatever that person is saying, it is meant for you in that moment. That is the universe working through people to get a message to you, whether it's an answer to something that you've been asking or whether it is part of your intuitive guidance. Okay, so really listen for the messages, and sometimes they're so subtle that we have to really be present. Okay, so yeah. Also within this increased awareness with Master Buddha is around our world is shifting. We're shifting out of the world, the wheel of karma, and Master Buddha reminds us that we can shift out of that frequency of being in a karmic cycle, a loop, whether it's within your relationships, whether it's within your work, with your home life, whatever it may be. Just know that these cycles are ending now. Okay, so completion is coming within the karmic cycle, and we are now moving into a new earth frequency where there will not be such a thing as karma. Okay, so it is a completely different vibration. It's one that we've never experienced before. It's so freaking exciting to be alive right now, even though I know it's challenging as fuck sometimes, but it's also incredible. So this is your reminder to keep going, to remember that completion is coming of those cycles. Okay, and yeah, just keep working with your inner guidance and you will know. So, okay, the next one we're going to ask for an essence from the Oracle of the Essences. So an essential oil, which essential oil will we most benefit from as a collective the week of February the 5th to the 11th, 2024? Stop. Spread them. Basil. Relief, rejuvenation. Okay, so even with the ending of karmic cycles, right? Like there's got to be relief within that. If you are someone that has experienced, I'm going to use an example of like a relationship cycle, a karmic relationship cycle that has looped throughout your entire life. Maybe it's, you know, a toxic cycle that has played out that has continually thrown you into turmoil within your relationships, and the relief that we feel when we step outside of that karmic cycle and we come out of survival and into a place of safety. And as we start to learn and grow learn about who we are in that safety, because we're quite a different person when we're in a safe space or relationship to what we were when we were in that survival toxic karmic cycle. Okay, so the rejuvenation that comes with that, really dropping into that, there's a lot of kind of sacral energy feels within this. So even that connection to your intimate connection, who you are as a sensual being, your intimacy with yourself. So into me, I see. Okay, so that coming inwards and connecting to your emotions, to your heart space. And there's a key on here, and I just want to say, like, unlocking the key to your heart. So where may you have been closing down, boarding up, or locking your heart space, and can you unlock that now? Are you in a safe space out of those karmic cycles to come into knowing that it is safe for you to open your heart again, to love again, to connect again on a deeper level? Okay. Yeah, and rest, of course. So rest is so important when we move through the ascension cycle, and when we're at the beginning of a year too, like we can, especially now we're heading into February, and people can get really like, right, it's the start of the year, let's go, we're into it, let's move, let's be, like busy. But please remember to rejuvenate, to recharge your soul. Please remember that busyness is not going to be a part of that new earth energy. Busyness will be something that nobody will be talking about in 20 years' time. It will not be something that people do. Okay, we need to learn how to balance the yin and yang, how to be in our feminine and our rest state, and be in our masculine and the action state, and flow between the two. But we've been conditioned to be in that masculine all the time, and to be going all the time, don't stop, never stop, like on that mouse wheel that is, society, the consumerism, all of it, right? So stepping off that and into rest. Okay, so if you work hard, rest hard as well, please. It's so important for our journeys. Okay, I'm going to take one from the Divine Intuition Oracle. This is a deck that we got at Christmas time, so it's a bit of a new one. So just asking for Divine Intuition to come through for the collective February the 5th to the 11th, 2024. Okay, going to stretch them out. 36 wild animals. 36. Wild animals. Ooh, I'm gonna go to the book for this one because this is a new deck. I'm not familiar with it, and I'm excited to read from the book to see what it says. You've drawn this card today to remind you that a wild animal can hold a deep meaning for you and your perspective on life. So wild animals. Ancient legends from cultures across our planet tell of the powerful meaning and symbolism of wild animals. From the wilderness of Patagonia to the tropical abundance of India and the prehistoric caves of Europe and Australia, we can see that certain animals have always been revered. In some cultures, crows are guides to moving forward on a long trek. In other countries, snakes are seen as a sign of fertility, and the movements of great herds are a signal of seasonal change. In more urban regions in the modern era, you may never have the opportunity to see a wild eagle, swim with dolphins, or follow a herd of caribou. And you may never encounter a hummingbird face to face or chase a fox out of your chicken coop. Yet the meanings and messages from wild animals can still reach you in your office and apartment, and can weave some of their magic into your life. Start by thinking back to your childhood. Were you fascinated by the swift cheetah, the proud lion, or the colourful flamingo? Did you dream of collecting beautiful butterflies or pore over books about birds from around the world? Did you long to own a horse, walk the jungles with an elephant, or breed rabbits? We got the rabbit card. Which were the animals you longed to spend time with? One or more of these animals may well be a spirit or totem animal for you, and you can investigate their meaning through available information or go with what you feel intuitively. It's unlikely that a grizzly bear will show up at your door, but you can still interact with the spirit of the animal by studying it. When you develop a greater understanding of how animals live, you might recognize metaphors for your own behaviors, preferences, and fears. They may hold a deep meaning for you and your perspective on life. Even if the animal is not native to your country or continent, their meaning and energy can be surprisingly relevant to your own. Beautiful. So, my favorite animal is the giraffe, and whenever the giraffe comes into, because obviously I'm not going to see a giraffe, walking down the street, but when a giraffe comes into my awareness or into my presence in some way, whether it's through something that I see on TV, or I turned up at a friend's place not so long ago and she had a beautiful wooden giraffe lamp, and I was just like, giraffes, I love giraffes. And she gave it to me because she was moving away. Well, she was going traveling, so I'm looking after it for her. And, so that connection for me is really strong. And I have this connection of from my childhood that feels really powerful for me. And there's something about their gracefulness and the length of, they have a long neck and long limbs and freckles like me. So, I feel this deep kind of connection to the giraffe. So what is it for you? What animal is coming into your awareness, and can you find out that's the significance of that for you? There's been times when we've seen random animals at random times, rats running across like the beach access way, or a pheasant flying out of the beach dunes, like these things are rare. So when they happen, especially if they happen multiple times in a row, then what is that meaning for you? And you can look it up, just like Google it. It's easy these days. Okay, next one is Work Your Light Oracle, Rebecca Campbell, and it's flying out the Great Gathering. It's all, so I'm just like, my feet are going a little bit numb. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Is this around calling in your tribe? Are you surrounded by those beautiful people, or are you still calling in your tribe? And again, so, like keeping an eye out, or, an ear out for the messages to come through from the universe, through strangers, through new meetings with new people, because these people could be a part of your future and you may not even know yet. So, and trusting, right? Like there is deep trust when we're moving from one identity, from the old identity into the new identity, and how some people won't come with us on that journey. So some people we will leave behind because there's a misalignment in the frequency, and that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with those people, or that you're better than, or that there's different levels. It's all frequency. And when we shift our frequency, then sometimes the people that we've been hanging out with, even family members, can feel misaligned, and we don't have much in common anymore, and we don't feel that deep connection. And when we move into this new identity or this new vibration, we start to connect with new people that are on that same vibration, and those people are our soul tribe. So but we have to put ourselves out there, right? Because they can't find us if we're not putting ourselves out there. And I know that at stages within my life, I can be quite introverted and not put myself out there too much, because I'm such a private person and quite homely, and I like my my space, and I like my quiet time, and so I really have to push myself out there into the world to remember that this is how I create the ripple as well, and how I meet those beautiful, amazing spirits and souls that are going to be a part of my tribe as I move through life. So it's all coming together. Trust your intuition, follow the guidance, and be open to new people coming, and this takes heart opening. This takes trusting people. This takes, letting go of those fears, those old fears, and stepping into trust. Because there's so many beautiful, incredible, amazing people out there that want to love you, that want to hold you, that want to nourish you and help you on your journey, purely just by being, your friend, or, someone you go for a walk with, or being a support person, or even being, an actual, like a therapist or a healer, or whatever it may be for you. So be open to that. Okay, final one. This one popped out at the beginning from the energy oracle cards. The third chakra. This is, energy oracle cards. Third chakra, Archangel Campbell. So the third chakra is our solar plexus. This is our life force energy. This is our I am presence. This is who we are. This is also where we set boundaries from. Okay, this is where we can take a hit if we have been in any kind of overpowering, over-dominating relationship. If we never learnt what boundaries were, so if we never had any boundaries, or if we did have boundaries and they were constantly stepped over, then our solar plexus is where it will get us. So this energy is, it's our life force energy. So even if you think about, when you're unwell, or you feel low, or you feel defeated, you literally you hunch over, because it's protecting the solar plexus, because it's weak or diminished. But when we feel our life force presence, when we want to be a part of the world, when we feel powerful, in a way in which, we move through life knowing who we are, knowing what our boundaries are, being able to communicate them effectively, this comes from the solar plexus. So we will stand tall, we will have our shoulders back, this area will be alive and functioning well. So maybe this is about, is there work that you need to do on your solar plexus? Is there, being our I am center as well, tapping into those I am affirmations. Where do we need to maybe be firmer in our boundaries? Where do we even have to let someone go who is not adhering to our boundaries and continually overstepping them. So therefore, is it in your highest and greatest good to have that person around, or do we need to make a shift for your highest and greatest good now? So working on that solar plexus, the energy is yellow. And, you know, like if you're feeling like, especially if you're going into a meeting or a discussion, a hard conversation, a challenging conversation, if you're setting boundaries and you're new to this, you can do a little kind of a mini healing or a mini kind of opening of the solar plexus where you focus on that area and imagine like a ball of yellow light just out in front of your body, and just imagine it expanding, and maybe use your breath as, you know, like every time you breathe in and then breathe out, and expand that yellow energy until it's right out from your aura. And just imagine the power that that's creating. Okay, you're expanding out your energy, your life force energy, to create this beautiful ball of protection around yourself even. And then see how you go within your whatever it is that you're walking into, where you need that life force energy to feel your inner power. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon.